contract. This deal includes a player option in the 4th year. However, Leonard is expected to miss significant time next season as he makes his way back from a mid-July surgery to repair a partially torn right ACL that kept him out of the Clippers' final 8 playoff games. Okay, so Max, what does this new contract do for Kawhi?
Well, what this means is, let me be very clear about this. The pressure for Kawhi to win a championship is 3 years.
3 years.
He has to deliver a championship. If he doesn't deliver a championship next year, yeah, of course not. He ain't going to play next year, probably at all. If, maybe toward the end of the season, then he's going to be coming off that long layoff, catastrophic injury. Year 2, he's supposed to, as soon as he gets back, first year, he hits the ground. He's supposed to win a championship that year. Really, with that squad? Did KD just win a championship? KD on the Brooklyn Nets just didn't do it, right? And that's okay. Long as he balls out, long as Kawhi balls out, and yes, one time in his career in a Game 7 in the 4th quarter, he choked against Denver. Otherwise, Kawhi's playoff record is stellar. It's just about as good as anyone who ever lived. He is an extremely clutch and great superstar playoff performer. So then there's year 3. Remember, he has the opt-out in year 4. I think it's fair to say it is a giant success if Kawhi delivers the Clippers a championship at any point. If he gets them a single championship, a franchise that has never even been to the finals, if he gets them a single championship, he's done his job. And the clock says, according to my calculations, Stephen A., he's got 3 years to do it.
Here's the difference between me and you. You say if he does it, he's done his job. I think you're right. No, you're right. My response is, what you gonna say if he doesn't? Then that means he didn't do his job. And to me, we need to pay attention to that too. Why? Because if it were LeBron, we'd say so. It's Russell Westbrook, we're gonna say so. It's anybody else, we're gonna say so. So why let him off the hook? Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. We gonna say that about them. And so this is the thing, because Max, I deal with this kind of stuff all the time because people sit up there and they call it, negativity when we bringing up the stuff. No, we talking facts. You understand? Let me encourage all these folks that watch First Take. You don't want facts. You don't want honest assessment based on the facts. Turn the damn channel, because I'm going to give it to you. I'm not shying away from it. It ain't my job to sit up there and have Thanksgiving and exchange Christmas gifts with the people that I have to talk about. When you deserve the credit, I don't hesitate to give it to you. When you don't deserve the credit, I don't hesitate to tell you that you don't deserve the credit, because that's my job. That's what I get paid to do. And I say that because it's very, very relevant with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard gets injured in San Antonio. In 2017-2018 season, he missed 73 games. Injured. Legit injury. We understand that. Do you remember what happened at that particular moment in time, Max? We heard rumblings about his dissatisfaction with the medical staff of the San Antonio Spurs, who were considered a first-class organization. The producers in my ear, 20 seconds, just get out my ear. I got something to say. They were underdiagnosing his injury, he felt. That's right. Well, that's what he was saying, okay? So he forces himself out of San Antonio, okay? He goes to Toronto. Yeah, they won the chip. He missed 22 games that year. He moves, he goes on to the Clippers. He misses 25 games the next year. This past season, he missed 20 of the 72 games. And so what I'm saying to you, Max, is that, again, just to crystallize for our audience here, you and I have debated about this, a very healthy debate about it, because you prioritize the postseason and the chip. That's it. That's the end all, be all to you. It's not that I don't prioritize it and believe it doesn't matter, but I also believe you get paid to show up for the regular season games too, because there's customers that walk through the turnstiles looking for you, and far more often than should be the case, they don't see Kawhi Leonard, because this brother missed some games. Load management, sit down to prevent injuries that ain't even happened yet, okay? Practices when he wants, plays when he wants, all of this other stuff. I look at the $176 million as a talent, Max. He's worth more than that. As a talent, he's worth more than that. As somebody who's the face of the franchise that you need to trust to elevate your franchise, to market and promote your franchise, I tell you that man deserves a pay cut. Because I have a hard time trusting him. So I'm like, again, the talent, he's underpaid. That brother's a top 5 player, top 6 player. He's a superstar. Just finished averaging 30 on 57% shooting, 39% shooting from three-point range, and 11 postseason games. But do you understand, Max? And here's the difference between me and you, and then I'll give it back to you. Do you understand I can make a legitimate argument that he's cost a couple of franchises a championship, even though he's got 2? If you think about San Antonio and some of the things that was transpiring, you had players walking into the locker room questioning him. That was reported, okay? It wasn't comfortable. When you look at the Clippers, if Kawhi Leonard, and again, I'm not questioning the sincerity of his injuries, the legitimacy, not at all. But if Kawhi Leonard doesn't get hurt, Max, we might be sitting here today talking about how the Los Angeles Clippers are the NBA champions.
It could be.
Because
I
they
think
would have
so,
beat
as a matter
Phoenix.
of fact. If he doesn't get hurt this last year, they win. Yep.
They would have beat Phoenix, and I think they could have beaten Milwaukee.
I agree.
So again, I'm looking at them, and I'm saying, don't we have an obligation to discuss that?
Yes,
I think we do.
I have a question for you. It's not rhetorical, and I'm curious as to the answer.
Sure.
Let's take a dude who we grew up to one extent or another watching and admiring and loving and rooting for, who always showed up with his lunch pail and gave everything he had to a franchise. Big Patrick Ewing, right? Patrick Ewing, but was unable to deliver a championship.
Right.
Not all his fault, but he was
standing in his way.
He was
Jordan
and
then
they didn't get him enough offensive help. They never really got him another all-star scorer.
And
while he was great.
Yes.
Okay, he didn't do it. Versus Kawhi Leonard. Let's just say I could tell you right now, Kawhi in year 3 or 4 of this deal will deliver a championship. Until then, and even that season, he's going to miss about 20 games a year. There's going to be load management. He won't play this year. Next year, they'll come up short, all that. Would you rather sign up for the Patrick Ewing dude who shows up every day, the fans love him, the whole thing, but comes up a little short? Or for Kawhi Leonard if he delivers? No,
but I got somewhat of a trick question for you.
Ooh.
Let me retort with that, okay? Fair enough, because I agree with you. I agree with you with the Kawhi Leonard compared to Patrick Ewing point. But let me take it a bit further and ask you a question. What if I told you that I could have a chance to win it without Kawhi in 3 to 4 years, rather than keep him on board?
How so?
What decision would you be tempted to make?
If you gave me a better option, if I thought the odds went up, I'd say see you later to Kawhi.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I think they'd rather do it with Kawhi. He's from there.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. And I'm not comparing Terrence Mann to some Kawhi Leonard.
No,
but we both acknowledge he's got an upside. We both saw Paul George play like a star. We recognize that Ty Lue might be the best coach in basketball.
I think he is.
This brother is a superb coach, okay? And we saw what they're capable of. All I'm saying to you is this. I know Kawhi's on another level, but if you giving me 3-4 years, and we talking about culture building. I got a new arena I'm going to be moving the team to in Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to share the Staples Center. We talking about culture building here, where you want guys that grab their lunch pails and they ain't about missing action. They about being in action. When we talk about the greatness of Kevin Durant or LeBron James, MJ, Kobe, and others, let's keep in mind one of the things that we don't say enough about them, but we must applaud, is that they knew they were the marquee or know they're the marquee, and they answer the damn call. They're always there. They're in front of your face on the court. They're in front of your face on the camera.
I want to answer that.
They're leading, they're galvanizing, and they're culture building. It matters.
I want to answer that. Your question, the premise is, Max, this is not an either or. You can have both. You can culture build and win a championship, and that is my preference. Agreed. That's the number one option. Okay. When it comes to winning a championship, brother, you take it how you can get it. It is hard to win it.
It's hard.
So that is the number one option. If that's not available, I'll take number 2, which is winning a championship by hook or by crook. and that's Kawhi.
Well, the Clippers obviously believe in Kawhi with that max contract, but Stephen A.